Welcome back. Thank you for joining Addicted to Arcade 1-Up. I'm the Game Room Guru, and it's been one day since my last home arcade purchase. Want to first say thank you for stopping by. Check it out. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, don't forget to do that before you leave. Tonight, I want to talk about what's going on with my arcade and where I'm at. I'd like to talk about some of the murmurs in the community regarding the XL coming from Costco this year. I'd also like to talk about what's going to be coming up in the future. I don't do scripted. I don't do edited. But I do bring some notes. So tonight I've got some notes. You'll probably see me referring them to. If you haven't noticed yet, in the corner here, Lethal Enforcers is done. Make sure that you're looking for the video on that. I'll be releasing probably tonight, letting you know what went into it, where to get those things, and some of the build process behind it, as well as my thoughts on the products that I used. I finished it early this morning. It was probably 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning before I got done with it. It was a lot of fun. So new purchases, in addition to the Lethal Enforcers you see behind me, there's a Centipede in the house. That's the Legacy Centipede. It was a marketplace find. I have Gen 1, and I really like the Gen 1s. In fact, I would argue that the Gen 1s are probably the best Atari cabinets Arcade 1-Up has made. Everything after has been flawed. If you think about it, Tempest has the bad encoder issue. Centipede has the monitor issue. And the new Atari 50th, there's issues with the joystick. There's issues with the bezel cutting off part of the monitor. And then, of course, there's the whole issue of it just being plain ugly. But, that's a personal thing. In addition to Centipede, as I'd mentioned once before in my first introduction live stream, I have sold a few cabs in the past and almost always regretted it. So this week, I ordered a couple of cabs that I've owned in the past. Killer Instinct is coming back to the arcade, and I am also getting a Dragon's Lair. Don't really have a lot of nostalgia for them. They're not my favorite games, but I enjoyed them when I did have them, and it just pained me to see them leave. Dragon's Lair, I see as a collector's item. They'll never redo that one. And they may never redo Killer Instinct, considering that Games has that license now. So I'm not in a rush to build Killer Instinct, but I will. Dragon's Lair, I think I'm going to store it in a box for a while. If you've ever put one of those together, it has the absolute most beautiful packaging. The box is beautiful. Everything about it just shouts premium collectible. At least compared to some of the other arcades that we have in our homes. In addition to those new cabinets, I also tried out something. It's a little bit of a hack that a lot of people in the community use to elevate their arcade 1-Ups to a more adult height, if you will. I have never been a fan of them. I prefer the Buy Stuff Arcades riser boosters. I'm talking about the appliance risers. If you're not familiar with them, go to Amazon, do an appliance riser search. There are so many options out there. But there are a couple of cabinets that I have that Buy Stuff Arcades does not make a riser for, and I just don't think they're ever going to. So I took it upon myself to come up with a different solution. So now my Pac-Man Cabaret is on an appliance riser. It gives it about a 4 to 5 inch lift. And I also put the sit down Star Wars on one, and it really gave it a nice lift. It's about 7 inches, 6 inches maybe. And instead of playing it feeling like you're hunched over in the seat, looking down, you're actually looking at the monitor with the controls, at about neck height, chest height, something like that, right in about here. Really comfortable. Such an improvement. Like I said, I've never been a big fan of them before. I feel like what is going to be the base of my cabinet should be built to be the base. Um, but they're sturdy. They don't move. They will hold a washer and dryer or a small refrigerator. So I'm guessing they'll hold the 70-pound, 80-pound arcade one up just fine. um, I'll probably stick with Buy Stuff Arcade boosters in the future, though, just because of the way they look. It's a more complete look. It's more of a finished look. My primary topic that I wanted to talk about tonight was what Michael B said on his stream last Monday when he had Mike 19K Fox on there. And he mentioned Golden Tea. He had mentioned a couple of things about it. First, that it's rumored that New Wave Toys could be working on a full size or a 6/7 scale Golden Tea. We all have heard the rumors that they're working on something that is bigger than their normal desk toys. I would love to see them come out with something. I would love to see them come out with a Cuber, because I just don't think Arcade One Up's going to do it. I think they're afraid of doing a 2-game cab, or I think 3 games if they could get Congo Bongo on there, but I don't know for sure who owns the license to that. Cubert and Cubert cubes would be the 2 that they could put on it. I think they're just afraid of doing a 2-game cab. They've gotten so much flack for doing the 2-game and 4-game and Terminator 1-game cabs that I just think that they're afraid. And it could just be that the retailers don't want it, but who doesn't know who Cubert is? I don't get that. Anyways, back to the topic. So Michael B said that they could be working on it. He said that another thing about Golden Tea, and that is that he had heard that Costco had asked to have Golden Tea as the XL line that they offer this year, and that they'd chosen that over Star Wars. Now, Michael B, he knows some things. He doesn't let on to it. Sometimes I wonder if he's telling us what he knows or trying to lead us off on a different path. Regardless, he has more information just from his connections with One Up and local retailers than probably some of us would. Most of us would. Now, I would say that Incredible Technologies is probably not going to do a deal that allows New Wave Toys and Arcade One Up to do a Golden Tee at the same time. I don't see them allowing that. And if they did, I think Costco would probably at that point step in and throw some red flags. I think Costco probably has bigger pockets and bigger lawyers, and I just don't see it happening. Not at the same time, at least, but time will tell. Well, Mike B's announcement or proclamation, whatever you want to call it, it led to another streamer spending about an hour talking about Golden Tee and what it means if it's coming from Costco, and that's Cornercade. And I like Cornercade, and I watch his stream weekly. It's very entertaining. If you haven't seen it, go check him out. Really entertaining. But he really kind of shit on the whole idea. I don't know if he didn't think this through or what. But he really just shit on the whole idea of Costco offering an XL. He also said some things that just weren't true, in my opinion, and some as fact just were not factually correct. He claimed it didn't sell well. Well, I think that's an opinion. I don't know how he would know that unless, of course, he's working with Arcade One Up and has direct access to their sales figures. I would disagree. I think it probably sold very well, regardless of the monitor. He also claimed several times it's the newest XL to come out, and it's recent. And why would Costco want that? They've already made it, and they just made it. And I'm sorry, Danny, but it's not new. It's not recent. In fact, it was the first one released. The first one announced was, I do believe, the way it went is they announced that they would be doing the Shack Jam, and then they released the XL mid-March of 2022, and then they released the XL NBA or Shack Jam. He also said that Costco would be wasting $500,000, $500,000 if they invested into buying these, and why would they do that? Well, we know that they had 13,000 Pac-Man units when they offered the Pac-Man XL. Well, a little simple math just tells you that's a lot more than $500,000, Danny. I really doubt Costco is getting these for $38 a piece, or $35, whatever the math works out to. I would guess that's probably more like probably $2.5, $3 million investment from Costco to purchase that inventory, roughly. So if Costco were going to do this with Arcade One Up, we know that they would want it in the stores by Q4, fourth quarter, so they have it in time for the holiday season. Now you have production time. That's probably about 3 months. You've got shipping time. That's another 4 to 6 weeks. So really, if Costco is going to do this deal with Arcade One Up and create another Golden Tee XL, they've got to ink that deal in what, the next 4 weeks, maybe six tops. It's got to be locked in. I would guess 6 months from the time they sign a deal with a retailer until that item is available for sale would be my guess. Maybe a little less. Maybe a little less. Because it's going to require a new production. They don't have 13,000 of those sitting around. I really, really highly doubt it. Considering it's been out since 22, who knows when the last production of them was. Some other things, though. Danny kept mentioning the monitor. Well, from what I've understood, that original monitor used in those has been discontinued. In fact, if you go to the website of the company, I believe it's AUO, that made those monitors, you can't find that monitor on their website. No mention of it anywhere. So those monitors, to my knowledge, have been discontinued. That means any new production is going to have a different monitor. Something else about Costco. They like unique. They want one-of-a-kind items. Think about it. Pac-Man XL, unique, one-of-a-kind. Couldn't get it anywhere else. They did a Marvel Superheroes. They had to have the light-up coin door or light-up buttons, and I believe that's where the yellow trim superheroes, Marvel superheroes, came from, was Costco. Costco had their own NBA Jam. They want exclusive deals. They want something different. This may not be a Golden Tee 3D. It could be Golden Tee, but it could be a totally different title. There are so many different Golden Tee games. Another thing to think about that's really positive for us as collectors, this will eventually result in a closeout sale in one of two ways. Either they're going to want to get rid of existing inventory so that Costco has the market cornered for the Golden Tee 3D ahead of Q4. So they discount all the inventory out there. They push promos. They close out. They clear it out. And then if you want one, you're going to have to go to Costco, and possibly also Costco will close these out as the holiday season winds down, just like we saw them do with Pac-Man. They value that floor space so much. Once they've made their money on a product, they don't care. Get it out of here. Move it. That product sitting at a Costco after Christmas is not going to sell very fast. And it's going to cost them more to have it sitting on that little chunk of space than they're going to lose in discounting it. So we will again see discounts of the XL at Costco. You can count on that year after year. That is another reason I am so excited to see Costco carrying these exclusively. One more thing on this, it could lead to a deluxe model being produced. If they are going to promote the Golden Tee, perhaps they're going to run another production of the deluxe model. And so anybody who wants that 3/4 scale, can't find it on a riser. By the way, it is available at Nebraska Furniture Mart for about $400 right now on a riser. Will have a chance to get it now or upgrade their old one into the deluxe model. if you're a fan of those. So, in closing, is that necessarily a bad thing that Costco wants golden tea? I don't think so. I think it's a win for us. Is it what we would have preferred? Probably not. But let's face it, in this community, we're never happy. They could give these things away to us, and we would want something different. Um, it's just how it is. Uh, so, what's coming with my arcade? I plan to be doing a Mortal Kombat 2 deluxe build. I do have that sitting in the box, and I've been meaning to get to it and just haven't yet. Make sure that you are a subscriber and click that little bell for notifications so that you can see the review video after I put that together. Reviews are unedited, unscripted. You're going to get exactly how I feel about the item. I'm not going to shill it. I'm not going to tell you that you should go buy it and this is the best thing that's ever been made. If there's a flaw, I'm going to do my best to mention it. I may not catch everything. I may not think it's a flaw, and you do. But you're going to get an honest review. I'm going to give you my opinion. Let's call it a reaction, maybe. Speaking of the MK Deluxe, I wanna ask a question here, and maybe somebody out there will pass this question along, and let's get an answer. Where is Mortal Kombat Spectate, and where is our Mortal Kombat Championship tournament that was promised to us by Travis MCP last year? I believe his exact words are very, very early this year we would get that. If you're not familiar with Travis MCP, he is self-described as the community liaison, if you will. Nobody knows where Travis is. He never makes any appearances. He doesn't tell us anything. The only stream he ever does even go on is Cornercade's. Cornercade's a small channel, has about 1,500 subscribers. So he's not getting huge reach by going onto this small channel. Yet he's the community liaison. We don't see him posting in Facebook groups. He doesn't, he's a big YouTuber, but he doesn't do any YouTube videos of his own. There's no reason he couldn't start his own channel and just give us all a little information. Like I said, these things are inked out months in advance. Months. If we've got a cabinet coming out next month, it's already on the ships here, now. It takes a month to get from China to here on those cargo ships. It was done 6 months ago. It was agreed. It's been in production for 3, maybe 4 months. You know, there's time involved with research, development, software programming, getting the game on that chip. If it's a new cabinet, there's engineering that goes into that. These are pretty basic, but somebody does get paid to engineer those cabinets and design them. There's tooling time for the factories. They have to get set up for the process. Where is Travis? Where is our community liaison? And why are we not getting any information out of him? So in addition to the MK2 being built, and a review on that, as well as the review on the Lethal Enforcers behind me here, I do have the Fast and Furious risers coming from Buy Stuff Arcades. And I'm looking forward to those. We've got two of those. I've got two Fast and Furious cabinets, one in a box still that I picked up at Christmas time on sale, and then one that I got on Marketplace back when they were still fairly new. Early summer, I think I picked that up. So I have two of those boosters coming. We're going to put those together and give you a side by side look of what it looks like with one and without one, and let you make your own opinion. Um, and we're going to do some gameplay of the Lethal Enforcers cabinet. We'll do a video of that coming up soon. Uh, well, thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Click the bell, all that stuff. But more importantly, may you play until your fingers bleed. Have a good night, guys. Thank you.